And you know what? This is the beginning of the transformation. By now, you should already know what's up when I say that. But if you haven't, take your sweet little ass, go back to episode 111, or is it 112? 111 or 112? I think it's 111, right?
One of those things. Yeah,
one of those things. One of those two, right? But anyways, go check out our Patrick's content overall.
112.
This is the journey, and we're going into the first, under the first episode, but in all technicality, it's episode 113 as is right now, right? Episode 113?
Yeah.
The Beyond Expectation podcast, of course, as always, with your two favorite co-hosts, Eduardo and my boy, the White Rhino, Brett.
Beyond expectation.
Let's go. You had that in the chamber ready to go, huh? You're eager.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, before we start every episode, I always have to ask you, brother, how are you doing today, man, on this lovely Saturday?
Oh, well, I feel like I got enough sleep today, so that's good. And you look like you're amping up yourself. You got some a little bit of MGs of caffeine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm on this, on the Ultra Fiesta Mango. It's my fave as of late because it reminds me of the taste of this energy drink back in the days when I was a kid. Yeah, I used to consume energy drinks when I was a kid. I think I was like fucking 15, 16. Remember Sobe Adrenaline back in the days?
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of that, and that's why I liked it. Dude, my fucking shades are fogging up, dude. All the marijuana smoke. Sorry.
Because you're too hot, baby.
I know, right? Dude, and I just had the AC full blown right now. But
papi, caliente.
you know it, baby. But no, it reminds me of that. That's why it's been my favorite as of late. And yeah, no, but I'm doing good though. Overall, sipping on this caffeine drink, just chilling, I'm down to do this fucking episode right now. I'm happy to be back on the ship because I know we've taken a long little pause, but we're back at it, bro. So yeah, I'm
life
good,
happens, baby.
Life happens
when,
dude.
I know,
when
you're driving in the fast lane.
When you're driving, but you have your Tesla on autopilot and you're texting away, not giving a fuck about the traffic all around you. You know what I'm saying? So,
or just genuinely sleeping, and you're like, it's on autopilot. I'm cool.
Oh, speaking of that, right? I don't know if a little just we get sidetracked here on the podcast, because we just go any direction.
It's what we do.
It's what we do. It's what we're best at. Let's just put it that way, right? But there's actually a meme I wanted to send you. I think I did. I'm not sure. You're talking about falling asleep behind the wheel. It's this gentleman that literally falls asleep behind the wheel. And he goes off into a fucking empty field, but on the other side of that is the opposite freeway going, like the cars are going the opposite direction. Dude, he was close to going on that motherfucker and just get demolished. But luckily somehow Jesus took the wheel literally and turned that car around and like he did like a full UE. So then he woke up, he's like, what the fuck? But dude, that's what it reminded me of, so
yeah, baby.
Dude, yeah. So he's like, fuck it, not today. Today's not my day to go. So
not
thankfully
today.
John made it alive. So yeah. Yeah, bro. No, that's good. You got sleep overall. That's good. You got good sleep. I'm happy that you did. So, it's you need to function 110%, man. And you need to definitely recharge those batteries. So I feel you on that though, man.
Yeah.
I know it is.
But what about you, man? What's going on?
No, I mean, not much, man. Work, family, work, and those two, family first comes first as always. But yeah, man, not too much, just definitely living it day by day and just obviously thinking of ways to improve the podcast because, of course, we owe it to our lovely fans, our lovely listeners, viewers, you name it, anybody that's ever watched your content. Just thinking of ways to improve the podcast. And, of course, we've talked about it a little bit off air and just ways to kind of like evolve this as we've talked about changing the name and all that. And, yeah, I'm just
changing the name, changing the flavor, all that.
Dude, I mean, just soon to come. Just stay posted for that. And, obviously, you'll see it as this goes into our audio and goes into our videos. We're going to spruce things up because I'm a firm believer that we always have to not constantly, but always kind of change it up a little bit because we don't want to stay in we don't want to stay in the same lane. We always want to diverse ourselves and just grow and evolve. So that's really mainly it,
It's like going from macaroni to lasagna, but still with that Costco hot dog value.
Dude. I know. Shout out to Costco. Yeah.
Oh man.
So isn't that crazy? It stayed the price for like the longest time at $1.50. That's insane. $1.50, get yourself a hot dog and a drink, dude. That's like fucking. That's unreal.
It's going to feel like Armageddon when they change their price. I mean, it's going to feel like Armageddon. Like you're going to see people cancel their Costco membership, and it'll trend and Oh, it'll be a glorious day. We'll definitely have to report on that when that happens.
I saw a meme in regards to that. The internet's wild. I mean, for me, I use the internet mostly for like obviously searching up, like looking up things and videos. But there was this meme floating around. And we're talking about like, you know, everything going up in price. And exactly what you just said, right? They're like, the world will end once Costco ups their prices in hot dogs for $1.50 up to $2.50 or $2 even. So it was like, holy shit! People will lose their minds when that comes. When that happens, people will just lose it. You know what I'm saying?
I think they need to be smart though, and like when they do raise the price, raise it to something that like they can keep for a really, really long time.
For sure.
You know, like. All of a sudden, it's like a $10 hot dog, you know, like $10. You know? And then that way they're good from now until 2050 or whatever. You know,
that's so funny.
If I was in that boardroom, that's exactly the idea I would propose.
Oh, dude, you'd fucking step in there with authority and make sure that motherfucker doesn't go more than 150, dude. So we know for sure. But also, speaking of 150. Can you guess what other, I guess you can say, item, but it's going to be a beverage, hasn't gone up in 30 years and it's been the same price for a good while?
I would hope water.
Yeah, it's up to like $5. I mean, dude, I just bought some, dude, and I'm just saying, like, it's gone up more than way up $1, but you can find it out there, I'm sure. But Arizona tea, those Arizona drinks.
Okay.
99 cents.
Wow.
Hasn't changed. Yep. So it's like, damn,
props to Arizona tea.
I know.
And they've been pretty much staying out of the news. Like, I haven't seen them embroiled or caught up in any type of controversy. Right? Like they're not in any like woke campaigns, and they're not even. That wasn't even the drink that the guy used when they were robbing the store and they hit him in the head with the hard cider or whatever it was. The hard tea or whatever.
Oh, Mike's Hard Lemonade. I think that's what it was, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was so.
It was like a yellow can, right?
It was the yellow can.
Yeah. I think it's.
I thought it was a hard tea or something, but yeah, okay. Yeah,
he got smashed.
Man, oh yeah, dude, imagine that going in to rob a convenience store and get smashed in the head with
straight to the fucking face, dude.
Lemonade.
It's like, damn, things took a turn for the worse at this point.
Not today.
Holy shit, the tea prevails, dude. But yeah, I thought that was crazy when I read that in 30 years they haven't upped their price and they're still going to be the same price. So hey, shout outs to the owner of Arizona Tea. If you want to endorse your boys, we're more than be happy to endorse that as well, because you keep it true to your word. But yeah, bro, I mean, shit's getting expensive out here. You know, the streets are real right now, so it's
streets
crazy.
Are real. Yeah,
it's insane, bro. But of course, on this podcast, we're gonna dive into a couple topics we have on deck. Aside, if you have anything else, bro, you want to chit chat about, because I know it's been a minute. It's been a couple weeks or a week.
No, you dive right in. I'll slip in a little something I've got.
Okay, fair enough.
I was part of this week.
Fair enough. Okay, so on this podcast, for anybody that's not aware, we like to dive into every little thing that we find interesting or is an interesting topic of a conversation, whether it's from guests, but if it's just me and my boy here, we dive into just random topics that are happening all over the world to keep this thing, spicy, just, beyond your expectations. So, I had to add that there. You know what I'm saying? That little, bap, bap, so I had that little punchline. But yes, we just dive into random topics and just make it an interesting conversation. So I got 3 on deck today, and the 3 I want to be talking about, I'm just going to go one by one to see where we're at with time and just how deep we go into these topics as we go into them one by one.
Cool.
And the first one I want to go into, of course, all you lovely people out there, we have people that love seafood. I like seafood. I'm sure my boy here loves seafood as well. But there's something crazy happening right now in Alaska, and it's one of those things that, according to this article, it hasn't happened in over ever. I think this is the first time they ever did this as of now. And, I find it very interesting. It's kind of like, raise your eyebrow, be like, what the fuck is going on? And yeah, what is going on? That's like the main question. And what we're going to be talking about here, people, are the crabs. No, not the ones you get sexually transmitted. No, not that.
Not
the crabs you eat. No, not the clap. The crabs that you like to eat with butter, and dip them into that sauce, fuck. I mean, I can go for some crab right now, but, there isn't any, according to this fucking article here. So the title of this article, of course, goes 1 billion crabs go missing, causing cancellation of Alaskan snow crab season.
1 billion?
Was it 1 billion? No.
I don't know.
1 billion. Holy shit. I thought it was 1 million.
1 billion. Yeah, I read the article before you sent it to me, actually. Okay, and I said 1 billion?
And the first question I have, but okay, I have a question after this, actually. I don't want to ask it now, but after we read this article, okay? So here we go. Let's dive into this.
Yeah.
Following a startling population decline, the Alaska Department of Fish and Game has canceled its winter snow crab season for the first time in its state's history. The real shocking part is the total and complete collapse of the snow crab fishery, which no one expected last year when it happened. And complete closure this year was equally as shocking. Gabrielle Prout, co-owner of Silver Spray, and whose business relies heavily on the crab fishery, said to Alaska Public Media. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration lists snow crabs as significantly below the target population level, and rebuilding plan is being developed for the Alaska snow crab stock. They are also overfished but are not subject to overfishing based on catch data from 2020.
Ooh.
So the first thing I want to ask with this, if I may, I'm sorry if I cut you off, brother.
No.
Who the fuck counted and came up with a number? Oh, we're missing 1 billion crabs. I want to know that first of all. Like, who was the gentleman or lady who said like, "Yo, 1 billion crabs gone, MIA."
We are
like,
missing 1 billion
right?
crabs.
Exactly. Like that's insane. I thought it was 1 million at first, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's actually 1 billion.
No, that's a pretty catastrophic number.
That's
a pretty catastrophic number.
Oh, dude. So they're saying one or two things. The two things that they said here on the piece, actually, that I should have read out was it says here, disease or rising water temperatures due to climate change has likely contributed to the 90% population drop, leaving an estimated 1 billion crabs missing over 2 years, according to CBS News. So what do you think, brother? Climate change or disease? Which one do you think is more than likely? Or two? Or both of them?
It could be a combination. I mean, we see what happens. Like, okay, you get, there was a lake one time that I was swimming in. Okay. Oh, you know what? Silver Lake, right over that lake that you're in, right?
Yes. Popular lake. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so, I go over there and I was swimming one time and I noticed these signs going up, swimmer's itch, right? Yep. So the hotter the lake gets, the more and more of those little, critters get in there and become an issue to us. Well, it's not just us that warm water becomes ripe for the type of, whatever infectious diseases that exist. We got to understand that our marine wildlife too are impacted by this stuff. So, climate change and disease, I think, go hand in hand. I mean, we're going to see both. I mean, not just with crab, but also with humans, with wildlife. I mean, we are seeing all kinds of diseases happening in wildlife as well.
Yep.
It's kind of a challenging time to be alive.
Oh yeah, very interesting.
A living species on this beautiful marble that we call Earth.
Oh, dude, I know with stuff like this, it just makes me like wonder. But it almost seems like you said, right? Like going and tying that with like the reference when we're talking about the Costco hot dog. That shit doesn't alarm you, but if the $150 hot dog with the drink goes up to $2, that's more catastrophic than finding out, hey, 1 billion crabs just fucking disappeared.
Yeah,
we're not gonna have your crab next year. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's like, definitely impact me a lot more for sure. What, $2?
Insane.
I ain't got time for this.
Dude, it is insane. No, it's kind of scary to think though if that is the case, right? Where we're gonna see a lot of just like fish, salmon, all that. Like once it gets to that point, right, where it's just not crab alone, but it goes into everything else. I'm like, oh, okay, right. Yeah, there's something really going on right now, So
think about it locally, right? You want to take the missus down to Crab Pot in Seattle, and you're sitting down there, and what do you call it when there's no crab? Can I get a pot?
Yeah, right.
They give you everything but the crab. Can
I get some pot like weed instead? You know what I'm saying?
Like corn, and you get everything but seafood. Dude. And it becomes like a barbecue restaurant.
Dude, they will fucking completely be decimated at that point, dude. It's like more crab pot. That's it. We're donezo, man.
Right, and now they have to paint their. Well, hopefully, maybe this Beyond Meat makes artificial crab as well. So maybe they swoop in on that. Yep, I think Bill Gates has everything to do with this.
Okay, so how so? Just entertain me with that. How do you think he's involved with that, or how do you think?
Well, he's buying up all the farms, and he's like the biggest farm owner in America.
I think we talked about that before. Yeah,
probably in the world. And so the only thing that's in his way are the marine wildlife. And so, he probably, he was a great benefactor, or I don't know if that's the word, but he was a big part in, getting these COVID jabs. Remember when we got to be careful with that one. We got to be careful. We've already been okay. So we're gonna stop talking about that because I've been the source of one soft strike and one hard strike. So,
but we'll talk about that too. I want to talk about that.
Well, okay, let's just leave that altogether. We're not allowed to talk about that. That's the unmentionable. But Bill Gates has been part of other things, things that might get us banned if we mention them. And so, anyway, and so I feel like the only thing left for him to like really feel like, we aren't dependent on him is marine wildlife. He's got us on the computers, he's getting us on the farms, he's got us on the big pharma, and so what's left? Like people with their fishing boats. It's like, there's too many fishing boats that I'm not controlling of. And so, we have all these livestock farms that are going up on fire, whatever. So like he's consolidating power right now. And the only thing left is the marine wildlife in Alaska. And so, yeah, I think that he's definitely, I would say at least a suspect. And someone sus. Like if I were Inspector Gadget and going through my source of, suspects, BG is definitely on the top of the list.
BG, not the rapper BG. No, shout outs to BG from the Hot Boys. No, not BG. Yeah. The rapper. Bill Gates. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. But no, also too, one thing that I want to throw in there as well on some real shit is the stuff that we're like just letting leak into the ocean. Like Fukushima. Is it Fukushima? The radioactive, the nuclear, all that shit. It's like reactor. I'm sure that stuff is gonna do something to the wild, like just the ocean creatures, everything. I mean, the ocean in general. You know what I'm saying? So
I know
you got that to think about as well. All the stuff they're just pouring in and just not giving a fuck. I mean, dude, all the plastic, all the trash they're finding there. I mean, dude, it's a lot, man. It's a lot of shit.
Okay, so then the Nord Stream pipeline just got TNT'd.
Oh shit, really?
A couple weeks ago. Maybe those crabs were originally, because this was like near Norway or whatever up north. Yeah. And maybe those crabs migrated. I don't know how fast they swim along the bottom of that ocean.
They're pretty fucking fast, actually. Yeah.
I'm thinking, what if they got TNT'd and all of the crab they were on their way to Alaska, and then all of a sudden, whoever bombed the Nord Stream pipelines, just like killed all of our food. BG.
That's crazy, man. I mean, dude, yeah, you might be onto that one. I mean, dude, that's your like guess. Like, we'll keep that in mind, and then we'll fast forward into a couple months, and then we'll actually find out that it was some kind of fucking, dude, you're foreseeing the future, man. You're speaking to existence. You know what I'm saying?
Blowing up all those. Yeah, but a billion crabs.
That's a lot.
There's
dude.
Something going on there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, a billion.
So if anybody can find an answer to like who came up with that number, I would like to know. My boy would like to know. Everybody would like to know. Leave it in the comments once the video drops here on our YouTube page or on Instagram.
Maybe we should just call the Alaskan Fish and Wildlife.
Right. It's like, hey, just want to know something real quick.
Brett and Eduardo from the Tip Touch, and we're just really curious. How did you come up with a billion?
That's the shit that I would ask, honestly. Like, it's just blatantly. Like, I know it would be like,
it's a good question.
Right? No, straight up. I mean, I just want to know. But yeah.
I mean, because I don't want to pay. I mean, crab's already expensive, right?
Oh,
but what if crab becomes more expensive than lobster? You got a red lobster, and straight then crab is actually now it'll be called the red crab.
Dude, I mean that's a way for the jack up price to say, hey man, this is a rare thing now, so it's hard to get, and it's gonna cost you a pretty penny now if you want this option. Man. So
I'm just telling my family, no, we got seafood allergies. We ain't eating here.
Let's go right now.
Let's go. Seafood allergies meaning I see shit. How much the food is, and it's making me sneeze something.
Oh, dude, I know it's fucking crazy. But more of the story.
Wow.
1 billion crabs missing, and we don't know where they went, and it's just a mystery at this point. And obviously, we just came up with some possible suspects that have red flags that might be, people or just a contribution to what could have happened where they could have been blown up or something. I don't know. I mean,
maybe there's a portal that they're Nice effect. I love it.
Right?
Yeah, for the audio only, Eddie just got real close to the camera and pulled his shades down.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. For anybody that's in the audio, you need to check our videos too, man, because it's much more. I feel like you get the more in depth of how this conversation goes with our characteristics and just kind of how this goes about in front of the camera. So yeah, check us out on YouTube. But yes, man, it's wild. I read a little bit of that before we came on the pod, and I thought that was wild too. Where I had to fucking bring this up and talk to my boy about and discuss it and just get the conversation out and just save the crabs, save the crabs.
Save the crabs.
Definitely. So our next topic, this goes to more in the line of dinosaurs. Obviously, first thing that comes to mind for me when we talk dinosaurs, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, you name it. Those movies growing up as a kid, dinosaurs were always just super interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very interesting
dinosaur I'm thinking of is our commander in chief.
Oh, dude, I know, man. I don't know how he's making it still. Dude, I'm surprised. He must be pumping him full of just like adrenaline and just things to keep him going. I'm just like, dude, you're really.
I'm surprised, man. With all the people that were talking about the 25th Amendment on Trump, and his state of mind and da 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 da. Like, I haven't heard one Republican talk about the 25th Amendment on Biden.
Dude, straight up. No, I mean, let's just be real, right?
The guy is completely lost. And not lost like the second Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was a good one. We're not talking The Lost World, people. We're not talking The Lost World. Oh, shit.
Anyway, but go to your story, though, because I don't, I've already derailed, and I don't need.
I love
if
it.
My train falls off the track, pick it up.
The one thing that I was gonna say though, when you're talking about that, was the one that I fucking laughed so fucking hard when they released the video over the clip of where he rolls up on a bike and I'm like, oh shit, he's out here riding a bike. Okay. And he fucking just poof.
Dude, the one where my jaw dropped.
Man.
I couldn't believe it. Was he was like, this was like what, a month ago, or maybe not even a month ago, maybe like 2.5 weeks ago. He was like, talking to these people, and he's like, oh yeah, hey, where's so and so? And everybody's eyes just go wide, and they're like, she died last October, and he's just like still looking for her. Like, oh my God, what is happening? What is this? What is going on? Can we 25th Amendment this guy?
I'm sorry, but look, I just look at this from a comedic standpoint, where it's like the cool grandpa that's just chill, laid back, but like, he's fucking up, or we catch him doing some fucking like, oh shit, his grandpa's gonna be okay. like
that'd be like me and you right now saying, okay, Tip Touch, or I'm sorry, Beyond Expectation audience, our guest that we are so thrilled to have next week is Julio.
R.I.P. Oh, fuck, dude. That's a fucking...
You guys like DMX?
We miss you, DMX. Oh,
we might have him on a future podcast. We're reaching out to his people right now. Like, he's our president. He's the guy that is rising our gas prices, and we have no control. He's just like, you got to live in this diaper with me.
This is fucking crazy. That was crazy though. That is a good one, dude. Like, how could you miss that? Like, dude, knowing that, like, I mean, like just take it as this, right? Where if someone were to ask you about somebody that just passed away a couple days or a month ago, you would think that would stick in your head, like, oh, okay, condolences, life goes on, they're not here with us. But this dude blatantly made it seem like that lady was in the room with him.
Like she's here. She got I sent out the invite. I know she's here. She's a big supporter of the agenda.
That's big, bro. That is like, dude, how could you miss that, man? Our president. Oh my word.
He's long gone, and the White House can't even spin it. Like, I think Jean-Pierre, whatever, the White House spokeswoman, she was like, he was meaning like she's in his heart. She's on his heart. Like, no, that's not it. Like, millions of people saw this. That's not it. That's not what he meant.
That's fucking crazy.
And Jean-Pierre, he's still on stage. Can somebody please direct him off the stage, please? This is weird. This is really embarrassing. Really embarrassing.
That was one of the big ones. I think that was probably the biggest one where it was like, no, something's not right. Something's really not all there. I'm just saying it. Like, let's be real. Like I said, let's just be honest and have this be like you're just keeping it 1,000, so it's fucking crazy. But yes,
I like the dark Brandon where he got behind the red lights and he was just like super mean and super. I'm like, dude, we're watching a movie right now, and this is the Sith Lord, getting everybody together. Like I was sweating. I was watching it and I was sweating. I'm like, oh my god, the FBI is going to come at my house any second. I was like already writing my death notes to my friends, and I was just like, the Sith Lord is coming after me, or his people are. So this is my goodbye in advance.
Oh shit, man! No, it's I'm curious to see how, because isn't the re-election coming up here soon, right?
Well, we have midterms coming up in a month.
Okay.
So then we have 2 more years stuck with this dastard of a president.
Like I said, I'm curious to see how this is going to play out, though. We'll see what happens. Obviously, things get really interesting once this go by because everybody's trying to win votes. Let's just keep it real. Everybody's going to try to persuade whatever side you're on to vote for him or her. So it's like it's going to get interesting from here on out. So, but with just that topic in regards to what we're talking about, like homeboy's just really not all there. It's pretty interesting, So
yeah,
it's crazy.
Fun. I mean, it's fun to live through. Like it'll be funny when. Like my grandchildren, when we're in the book and they talk, if they allow the truth to come out about, how basically half of our country got nuked, and it was because he was too old to put his thoughts together, and so it'll be fun.
Crazy. Oh, I had to take off my glasses. I was just sweating. I don't know if you could see it, and my glasses were fogging up to the point where I just could not see anything. That was a good one though.
It'd be like that,
point, dude. It is like that. And you're a G for you're keeping your composure with the glasses on because I can't do that.
Oh man, I'm as cool as a cucumber, baby.
Oh dude, you are, man. You are. But on that note, let's proceed as we were going. Our next topic is something in regards to dinosaurs, and this is pretty interesting too because this involves a wild animal right now that's alive today, and this is how it goes. Okay, so mummified dinosaur skin was gnashed by ancient crocs, and this goes like this: the skin of 67-million-year-old dinosaur has revealed bites and gashes from an ancient crocodile. And how its flesh was ripped apart may explain why it became mummified. Skin decays much more easily than bone, so it's extremely rare to find fossilized dinosaur skin. New research on a 7-meter-long Edmontosaurus, yeah, something like that. A type of plant-eating hadrosaur found near the town of Marmarth, North Dakota. Marmarth? North Dakota, in 1999 has shed light on what factors allowed the skin to survive through the eons. The bite marks were really unexpected. It had been thought that soft tissue wouldn't preserve if it was damaged prior to burial. So the carnivore damage is what really started us thinking how these fossils form in the first place, said Stephanie Drumheller-Horton, a paleontologist at the University of Tennessee's Department of Earth and Planetary Sciences, a co-author of the new study. Paleontologists used to think that a dinosaur or any prehistoric creature needed to be buried extremely rapidly for soft tissue to be preserved, but this was not the case for this poor hadrosaur. So they found this dinosaur obviously with some fucking bite marks or scratch marks with an ancient ancestor of these crocodiles that obviously put these dinosaurs down and took them down like there was nothing. So it's crazy to believe.
If they did the death roll on him.
Oh, dude, I'm sure. But it's also like crazy to think though that it's kind of like the rhinos, right? Where I was saying like they were around for like 30 million years.
Yeah.
But this animal we have here till this day, they're really prominent in Florida, which obviously, shout outs to all the people that got affected. The people that were involved with all that, the storm and all that. That's crazy. Yeah. Hopefully everybody made it out okay that lived there. That was pretty wild to even see unfold and all that. But now they have like these motherfucking crocodiles just swimming along the fucking like these neighborhoods that were all there. It's crazy. It's like the real dude. It's fucking nuts. So to think that that's ancient ancestor relative or whatever you want to call it is still alive till this day. And they were taking these motherfucking dinosaurs like they were nothing. Crazy.
That's what I don't understand is like you have those types of animals that can live for eons, right?
Oh, dude, yeah.
And then, and through some way, they just keep surviving. And then you have man who just seems like we're so much more fragile. Like, okay, when it gets cold, right, we have to put a coat on.
Yeah.
Fire, dinosaurs, sweater. Yeah, alligators, they're just like, nah, just swim where it's warmer, I guess. Like, I don't know what they do, but they, whether we're in an ice age or whether we're in the heat waves, they're still making it. They're still figuring it out. So what is in these things that makes them so versatile?
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Like, I need a parka if I'm going to, Canada. I'm like, God, it's cold up here.
Right, dude. But it's also like the same thing that one, the gentleman that works with all the wildlife and tries to preserve as much of whatever, because he's all about, he's kind of like, reminds me of like, what's his name? Steve Irwin. He kind of reminds me of that gentleman, right? But he was saying that,
which we're gonna have him on the podcast pretty soon in one of the near future.
Oh, I hope, man. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. Yes, hopefully.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's my JB coming out.
Oh my God, Steve Irwin, we miss you too, man. You're a G. He was a G. The way he was, he talked about all that, man. He was passionate about what he did, and that's what I respect, man. He was super passionate, down to earth too. Yep. But it's like this guy, which his name on Instagram, I think is like the real Tarzan. He was talking about how rhinos survived 30 million years but couldn't get past humans, and it's almost the same with like the crocodiles too, because some people make them into jackets, shoes, belt buckles, belts in general. It's like, dude, like, I mean, it's crazy. Like they survived all this time, but they could be in the fate of humans. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Why can't we make like mosquito belts? And
dude, I know, right?
Like, let's eradicate something worth eradicating.
Oh man, I know, man. It's poor Crocs.
But sometimes, I mean, okay, and the same thing too with buffalo and with hunting in general. That's why we have all these hunting licenses, is because we, the money goes to the conservation of the deer and the elk and the bear, all the animals we hunt. And because like in the Wild West, man, like we were hunting these things galore, and just almost nearly like, put the buffaloes extinct. There were only a handful left before the government finally intervened and was like, dude, no, we're not gonna eliminate another species.
Dude, I know.
It's insane how a lot of it is that trophy. I get why so many people are upset with the trophy hunting. As someone who believes in hunting for the food, I don't necessarily agree with the trophy killing. And I don't know. I guess, call me an activist, or not an activist, but, call me liberal if you want. But to just kill an animal just to hang it up on your wall.
Nah, that's fucked up.
If you're eating that meat, I'm okay with it, right? Because, if you're going to kill it and you're going to eat the meat, and then you want the head too, because there's nothing you can do with it, by all means, that's fine. Have your trophy that way. But if you're just like going to Alaska or Africa, and you just want to kill, some people say, oh well, it feeds the villages, whatever. Well, the village people can hunt it themselves too. Yeah. They can hunt it for themselves. But I don't know, man. Maybe that's just an issue that I'm not really fully abreast on. And,
I agree. I'm on the same page as you. I mean, if it really serves no benefit aside from like pretty much the validation that you hunted a lion, you hunted a cheetah, you hunted this, like I really see no point in it. Like unless like you said, right? If you're gonna harvest it to like have a year's worth of meat for you to eat, feed your family, I respect that, because you're there, you're trying to feed your family, so you guys can have something to eat every day. Cool, I see that. But for something just like, oh yeah, check out this picture, I hunted a fucking elephant, or blah blah blah, like yeah, that's cool, but it's like okay, like that's just me personally, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really serve any purpose for me. So to each their own, right? To each their own, so yeah, that's crazy though.
Unless
obviously.
It's extincting the animals.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah. So Crocs took down dinosaurs back in the day. So hey, you need to maybe show a little appreciation for these Crocs that are still roaming around here. So it's crazy.
Yeah, maybe we need to start making hunting Crocs in vogue. Maybe we need to reduce that population,
dude.
And while we're at it, the iguanas I think there's a little bit, too many of those. And
go
boa
ahead.
constrictors.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I know. There's a ton of those, dude.
You can
That's
imagine
crazy.
a boa constrictor belt goes around you 4 times.
Just fucking triple wrapping yourself.
Yeah, maybe boa constrictor boots too.
Didn't you go when you went to that zoo when we talked about it? When you went, you said an alligator was just staring at you, or was it alligator or crocodile?
Oh, he was that alligator. Oh, dude, he looked like he wanted my head. Dude. I mean, if he could have taken that plexiglass from between me and him,
done.
Dude, yeah, no mas.
Arm, leg, maybe your freaking face. So they would be gone.
What's that word? Dia de la Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, I'd be Dia de la Muertos on that ass. My family would have a shrine built up, candles lit with my picture behind it.
Yeah, and I remember that shit. You told us about. We talked about this in the past. Definitely go check it out. It's in our past previous episodes. But yeah, that shit was wild when you told me that. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I think it freaked me out too. I wouldn't even want to make eye contact. I think that's what they tell you too, that you never want to make eye contact with them because that's like them for like it'll trigger them to like they're gonna attack you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like when you can look at a species and just know. Just by looking at their eyes, we are enemies. We are sworn enemies. Yeah. There's just that and snakes. Snakes just give me the creeps. I knew a guy one time that had an entire room full of snakes.
Oh,
and
shit.
What was funny? Now here's a little funny story about where I saw that alligator.
Okay. Talk to
this guy that he had all these snakes, right? Well, prices were starting to rise. He couldn't afford feeding all these snakes because he had to go and get the rats and from the pet store and whatever. He finally got to the point where he's like, man, I can't afford these snakes anymore. So he actually started donating these snakes to that reptile farm that I went to.
Yeah.
So one of those snakes that I saw, it was one
of his
that I saw in his apartment.
Oh shit! Hey, old
and he
friend,
was collecting all kinds of weird snakes, and I'm like, where do you get these things? But
that's crazy, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah, like even like thinking of like anacondas or even like the biggest ones, dude, they're able to take down a whole fucking human being or even like a fucking just anything huge. Like holy shit, these things just eat them up, and you can see that like in their freaking stomachs. Insane. Oh
yeah, watching them hunt, and how like there's the little deer or antelope or whatever, just like enjoying their peaceful drink at night, and then all of a sudden, just done, wrapped up, and his legs are going everywhere. Yeah, he's done.
Dude, nature is ruthless. I'll tell you that. But it's a cycle of life. It's a cycle of life. It's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just how the script's written. But it's insane. Yeah, it's insane. Moral of the story, or just bottom line on this: crocodiles are G's. They used to take down dinosaurs like it was nothing, and they're still out there. So it's something to, I guess, admire or just have a little bit more respect. It's just how I see it. So yeah, take it as it is. But
do you think they could outlast a nuke blast?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
I bet they could, dude.
Well, dude, think about it this way, right?
Burrow down.
Dude, so check this out. Okay, so this goes in hand with what you're just talking right now, right? Okay, so this is something that goes along with this this topic we just discussed.
Nice.
So this goes: dino killing asteroid triggered mega earthquake that rocked a planet for months. The massive asteroid impact that killed the dinosaurs also triggered mega earthquakes that lasted months. Around 66 million years ago, an asteroid approximately 6.2 miles across smashed into Earth near the Yucatan Peninsula, plunging the Earth into darkness and causing a mass extinction that wiped out 80% of animal life, including all non-avian dinosaurs.
Wow. Dude,
months, earthquakes, fucking you name it. Crocodiles survived that.
Man, they were part of the 20%. They were part of the 20%.
That fucking survived. Literally. That literally just speaks for itself. So the question was, could they survive a nuclear blast? It'll be like a walk to the park for them, dude.
Yo, I'm putting my money on the Crocs. not the ones your wife's wearing when she comes home from work either.
not your slip-on Crocs, the real deal. No, that's insane. Like, yeah, when I didn't think about that until I read this. I'm like, oh shit. So they just fucking mowed through that, like whatever, you know what I'm saying?
They've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Bro.
But those, think about it. So now you're talking about those and fucking rhinos, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I guess those with the thickest skin can,
you're gonna survive, dude. You're gonna survive. You're all good.
Hey, if you calling for a safe space, you ain't gonna make the next Yucatan Peninsula, whatever the Yucatan Peninsula meteor. Oh, I really butchered that one.
Oh, dude, it's all good. You got my.
Right, I got thick skin. I can handle it. Yo, don't call me the white rhino for nothing.
That's exactly. Oh, dude, exactly. And yeah, I mean, dude, that's to say you can survive anything, and that's
I can handle these YouTube strikes.
Oh, dude, I know, right? Fuck. Dude, I know. I'm a little ticked off about that. My boy here touched this subject on what is it, episode 112? This one being 113. Go check it out, and he explains a little bit about it. It's just it sucks because obviously it prevents us from putting our episodes out and for people to enjoy them and watch them as we release them, and it sucks because we don't like really separating the release dates from audio to video. We always like to release both of them on the same day. So our apologies, obviously, for having our video.
Still a thing?
No, it's out. It's out already.
It's done. Okay.
It's already out. And I made an announcement. So for anything in regards to the podcast, follow us at Beyond Expectation Podcast on Instagram. You'll be updated with everything when we release our audio and video. But this is just in regards to our strikes. Obviously, YouTube, for whatever reason, all of a sudden just gave us a second strike. It sucks. It's unfortunate because I feel like we're just, like I told my boy, we're little fish in a big pond, and I just feel like, we're obviously on this podcast, we like to come here and have a good time, talk just our random shit, and just kind of like touch bases and just like all these interesting things that are happening all over the world, and just have a conversation. It's just like two dudes meeting after work, having a couple of brews and just kicking back and talking. That's really what this is all about. But it's just like when you kind of get that kind of taken away from you with all the work we put into, take the time out of our day to come on here and have this discussion and share with all you little people from all over the world that are listening to the podcast. It kind of sucks because it just ruins it for us, but it also ruins you for lovely people. Maybe we got people that still listen to us on YouTube that enjoy watching and listening to our content on YouTube.
Maybe they just like hearing the BS that we see, and knowing that, hey, you know what? I don't take anything these guys. No one takes anything that we say seriously. Just that's out there. Like nothing we say is to be taken seriously. We try to stoke the flames a little bit, right? We just try to get a reaction. And that's what we like. We like getting a rise out of our audience about but what? You can't be inflammatory anymore. Is that what, you can't stoke the flame? I guess. I mean, Kanye West is learning that the hard way. There's some flames you can't stoke. He's
doing a Drink Champs episode here. I'm going to definitely listen to that and just kind of see what his perspective and where he's coming from on that, because I just like to listen to it for myself and take it as it is for my own personal opinion. But you're right, so just going to what you said, it's like, obviously there's times where we tend to go off the rails, like my boy says, and just, get a laugh of it. But there's times where we do take things seriously if it's like a serious matter, or when we have guests on, right? We do definitely take this seriously and really, get into a good conversation to make a good piece of content for everybody to enjoy. So it just varies, I guess, right? And we just kind of try to set a tone, and depending on each episode that we put out. So, that's just that. And I wanted to touch a little bit on that because, it's irritating. Because like I said, we do take the time of our day and my time to edit these videos and put them out and upload them, and for our fans to enjoy it. And it just sucks that it has to like put a pause to that, strike us for 7 days, and then we have to wait. It just sucks. So I mean, we're looking at options to possibly going somewhere else. So that's definitely in our in our brains to think about.
Yeah, but it also is like, okay, what else are if we're walking on eggshells here, what else are we going to say that they're all of a sudden going to strike? And, like the strike I talked about on 112 is, the hard strike we got was from an episode that was prior to the episode that we got the soft strike on. So if they're going back and punishing us retroactively, right? What else are we saying today or in the future that in the future after that, they're going to come back and say, oh, well, you said this, back in 2022. And, and then so we're getting punished in 2023, 2024 for stuff we said in 2022. It's the weirdest thing that you don't know, unless you can read the future, you don't know where the line is. This goalpost is constantly being moved.
Yeah.
And, and so I guess there really is no safe space, unless you know what the future is. And, how do you not offend people?
Yeah.
Especially when you got a horn like me.
Yeah. A rhino. He's a fucking rhino, literally.
I walk through the jungle swinging,
Hey, but he survived. See, that's
survival.
That's scary.
It's survival, baby.
I don't know what animal I am yet. I don't know. I like to think of myself as a fucking like a bear, because I think about their characteristics, and then in the winter they get a little bit more husky. They like to eat. They like to sleep, obviously, and they're really active in the summer. So I think that kind of resembles me a little bit. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not a survivor, because obviously they weren't existent back in the days in the dino age or dino era. See, you're a G because you survived that. I can survive that. See what I'm saying?
I got ancestors, but you and me, we're swimming and peeing in the same river. Swimming and peeing in the same streams, my man. But
I know, man.
So yeah, well, I know we're getting close. Is there any way I can slip in my thing real quick?
Go for it, man. The floor is yours, my friend.
So this week, I first want to share a screen real quick.
Okay,
and,
go for it.
Let's go. Okay, so can you guys see this? And Fortune reported that PayPal tells users it will fine them $2,500 for misinformation, then backtracks immediately.
Whoa!
Right, and so so basically what they were saying is, oh, it's a subscribe to read. Yeah, well, we're not going to do that.
Hell nah.
So me, I was on PayPal, and so then. And of course, ever since we got our first strike, and I've been real conscientious about this stuff. Like, man, the gods of tech are really trying to control the atmosphere here, and so how they initially put it, and it, like the article said, they backtrack immediately because so many people canceled their PayPal accounts, and I was one of them. I canceled my PayPal account this week.
Okay.
Because I didn't feel like, for one, I didn't even know where they were, if it was like people that were donating, to the platform. Say we had a PayPal connected to our YouTube account. Okay. And then, and so one of the episode we got striked on.
Yeah.
So then PayPal, as they originally worded it, they said that they would take $2,500 directly from me if with what they deemed misinformation. So then they said, everybody, there were a lot of people that were canceling their PayPal. I mean, it looked like an exodus, right? They were like, nope, we're done with this. You cannot do this, and you can't fine me for something that I say, for my First Amendment, right? And so then they backtracked and they said, okay, we're gonna do it for hate speech only. Well, what's hate speech? They keep changing the rules on all this stuff, right? And so, I mean, I don't think that anything I say is hate speech, but what if one of them does think that it's hate speech, right? So now you're left to, at the whims, at the mercy of all of these people at PayPal to decide what hate speech is, and then you're going to get fined $2,500. Like, I'm not playing that. I'm not going to risk my finances. All of a sudden I say the wrong thing, and then a company that takes $2,500 out of my account. No. So I canceled. I said, nope, I'm not playing this game.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too, man.
And I was with them for years. And so anyway, so then there is, through the rumor mill, there are some people out there that have gotten offers from PayPal to stay on their to not cancel to not cancel their accounts, and they're offering them like $15 to stay. I'm like, okay, wait, you were going to charge me $2,500 if you didn't like what I said, and then offer me $15 to stay? Yeah, that's chump change. So anyway, so then their stocks got rocked. That following Monday.
I bet.
and it was a bad day for PayPal. So
Damn.
anyway, so that's something that our people, the tech gods, they're trying really hard to control the internet, and and that's where a lot of us, I'm in that boat. I'm in the what you would call the resistance, where I'm just, we all have voices, and whether you're in entertainment, whether you're in teaching, whatever, journalism, whatever, we are all here to say what we want to say, and this is a public platform. And I could understand real violence, like someone wants to make threats about blowing a building up or killing people or whatever, right? That's violence, and that there are laws against that. But if you are protected, you're not breaking any laws by saying the things that you're saying, then why is it that these people feel like they're going to take it upon themselves to start doling out their own fines? And so if there's anybody that's doing that, we're not playing that game. We're not playing that game. So
that's crazy. Yeah, that's wow. So they're just going to literally, for anything that they deem misinformation from whatever user, if they feel like it's incorrect or misinformative or whatever you want to put it, right, they could just deduct those $2,500 from your account, and that's that. Yep. That's like, no.
Yeah, and so what if you don't have $2,500 in your account? Now they charge you $2,500 and then send you to collections if you don't pay it.
That's fucking crazy.
That was
wow.
The main reason I did is like I'm not, for one, I would not pay a fine like that.
Oh hell no.
And then it would go to collections. So I don't need a company sending me to collections for something that I don't even agree with in the first place. I don't think that a company should be able to dole out that kind of judgment penalty against me. And so no, I'm not partaking in that.
That's crazy.
If I find out anybody else is doing that, then they're going to get the same treatment. And believe me, a lot of people are not going to stick around for that. And just as PayPal saw it, and now they quickly changed it to hate speech. But what they're going to do, they're going to inch closer and closer. They're going to continue moving that goalpost to where what they originally wanted, that misinformation, they want that. So no, you're not going to get it from me.
So this is how I see it, right, man? I mean, somebody's going to step up and probably do something else like similar to PayPal, but it's going to be like, fuck it. You can use it's going to be the same thing, different name, but we're not going to have these regulations, or we're not going to even have these deductible fees if we deem hate speech or misinformation, all that. And there you go, new competitor. So, I mean, dude, hey, that's the game they want to play. Believe me, there's another one that's going to pop out of nowhere. So,
back to Kanye. Kanye got a big swift kick in the nards for his bank, JP Morgan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They canceled his accounts. They gave him 3 days to move his funds out of there.
Dude. That's like, I never heard of that. I never heard of like a bank just saying, "Hey, you got 3 days for you to just vacate all your money and take it out of ours. We're done."
It's a weird, dude. We're living in a weird time. This is a
crazy,
weird time where like companies are like, when I remember the day that Donald Trump got banned from Twitter. The leader of the free world banned from social media. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is crazy. This is like, we are about to go through a dark age in tech. And we're alive to see it and be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, we're witnessing something. Like I said, it's a ripple effect.
The other thing, did you see the Alex Jones fine that he just got fined?
936 million,
$965 million. Just just a few million short of a Billy.
That's fucking insane.
And he didn't kill one person. Not one person died from his mistake. It was he said himself that it was
made a mistake. Yeah, for sure.
To say that, but to get fined 965. Just to put this in context, I think the largest fine that a banker ever got from putting us through the 2008 mortgage crisis, where people actually did commit suicide and did lost everything because of the reckless decisions of the banks and the government. I think it was like $63 million fine, and now you're charging you're fining Alex Jones $965 million. Please,
something is definitely off with that, man. Yeah, that is
right here, baby.
The great reason.
Right here. I'm
No, but it's true though.
Inflammatory as it seems.
You have a point. No, I'm sorry, but I have to agree. Like, you have a fucking point. You know, it's like you kind of see that where like if a man admits his wrongs and you know he said some harmful things. Let's keep it a buck. You know, and it's like admit to the wrongdoing and be a man and just say you fucked up. You know, you shouldn't have said that, and it wasn't true.
Which he did.
He did. Yeah. Yep. He did. And it's like, let it be that, you know, apologize to the families, you know, just be sincere about it. And it's like, but to go into, you know, this level of, well, now I'm assuming it's all the families, right? 967 mil. Woo! I mean, fuck. Well,
okay,
like, how did they come up with a number like that? That's what I don't get. Like,
that's where I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Understand that.
So who are you pissing off when you've got Donald Trump, Alex Jones, and Kanye West? Who are you pissing off so much with you being you and the information you're putting out that they can deplatform you for life? They can fine you $965 million, just shy of a billy, and they can eliminate your bank account and tell you to lose your bank account, move your funds in 3 days.
Yeah.
Who are you pissing off so bad that they can do this stuff to you?
Somebody who's in the high rankings.
Those are just the big guys, right? Those are the big guys. They always work themselves lower at that point.
Yeah. Somebody in high places, my friend. Somebody with high power, high ranks, some high connections. I mean, dude. I mean, we're talking big shit at that point. So I don't know, man. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you're right. When you put it all into perspective, like it's very interesting to see this play out by the sidelines, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's fucking dicey out there, you know. So that's yay too. That's yay and fucking, you know. I'm gonna definitely try to listen to that podcast. Is gonna be on it, and I definitely want to see if I can, you know, bring up some topics he talked about and discuss them here on the pod just to see where that goes. But yeah, bro, very interesting shit with that PayPal. So I'm about to pull out of that too, man. I'm probably gonna look into that as well. It's crazy. Man. You ain't getting a dime from me. Hell no. Hell no. So everybody, you know, we're bringing this up so we can just bring it attention to you guys too as well. If just read it for yourselves, go do some research, do your due diligence to look that up, because you know we obviously wouldn't want anybody to get forked over for $2,500 unless you're doing some fuck shit. That's all on you, but we'll leave it at that. So but yeah. Crazy. That's
beyond
interesting
expectation,
stuff,
baby. That's
beyond expectation.
Beyond expectation.
Oh, dude,
ooh,
definitely. The trifecta, dude, for sure, bro, for sure. But yeah, brother. I mean, I think we anchored the ship, and I think we can call this episode. I mean, unless you got something else you want to throw in there and you know dissect. I mean, by all means, brother, the floor is yours as well as much as it's mine.
No, I think we went beyond expectation enough for this episode.
Definitely, yeah. There's more to come though, for sure. So as always, go listen to all our past previous episodes if you haven't. It's going to be under the alias, the Tipsy Podcast, of course. So that's no more from here on out. It's going to be just a memory in our lane. You know, we're still going to be having some of that still exists within us, of course, as well. But I feel like this is going to be just, like I said, it's going to be an evolution move to what we call beyond expectation, like my boys said. But go listen to all that stuff on our YouTube page, on our audio. We're available on all major streaming platforms. But do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and go follow us on Instagram, Beyond Expectation Podcast. Well, it'll be very easy. You'll have direct links to everywhere we're at available, and you know it's just at a click away on your cell phone, and you'll be what is exposed to everything to what we released so far. But take care, everybody. Have a good Friday when this releases. Have an awesome weekend. Stay safe out there. Until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care.
Boom.
Peace.